On yesterday's broadcast, I was talking about these two men who were on their way on the road to Emmaeus, and they encountered the Lord, and they talked with him and had a wonderful conversation with him, and the Lord was questioning them about things and about all that was happening in the city. And these men said, are you not aware of what's taking place? And they began to tell him about the Lord. And Jesus began to minister the word to them. And Jesus took them back into history and explained to them the work of the ministry of Jesus Christ. I mean, it was an incredible encounter. And as the day began to wane, Jesus said, well, I must go on. They said, no, it's late in the day. Come and take bread with us. And so they did. And they're sitting there at the table and they're just having this wonderful fellowship. And then all of a sudden, they become aware that this was the Lord that they were talking to. Previous to that, the scripture says that the Lord had hidden from them who he was. In other words, they did not see him through spiritual eyes. They saw him as a person. But when the veil was taken away, they were able to see and comprehend that this was the Lord. And then Jesus just disappeared. And they said to themselves, they said, did not our hearts burn within us as we were on the road or on the way? And you see, this is the experience that I'm telling you about. This is what I believe that Jesus was saying to Nicodemus, that you have to be born again. There has to be this spiritual awakening that takes place in your life. It's life-changing and transforming. It'll make you different. And you see, the thing is that when God begins to reveal himself to you more, and you begin to understand and comprehend spiritual things, you begin to realize that God is always there. I first began to get a glimpse of this. I write about this in my book, Dreams and Visions and Stories of Faith, about just a little encounter downtown in the city of Pensacola. I locked the keys in my car, and I just said, Lord, what am I going to do? And I just got this sense that God was just going to help me with this situation. Of course, this is before the days of cell phones. It was a 1964 Chevy 2 Nova, or Nova Chevy 2, however you refer to it. And I just began to get this sense that God was going to help me in this situation. So I just kind of took a little walk, and there laying on the ground was a shoestring. A little past that, there was a popsicle stick. Took the shoestring, tied it around the popsicle stick, jammed it into the crack between the door and the door frame, wiggled that thing in there, got that shoestring in there with a little loop on it, and got it over that little lock, and poof, popped it open. Well, you say, well, that's insignificant. It is. But the sense that God was there, he was helping me. And I've just learned to just depend on this in my walk. It's Pastor Jack King with the gospel, the radio broadcast.